First day.
First day.
Beautiful day out?
It was a beautiful day.
Man.
It started out a little bit cool, and then it did get warm at the end, what you guys are feeling right now, but the weather really cooperated with us. I guess some of the overall impressions, one was I wish we would go from our mat drill program like right to practice the next week, because when you stick spring break in between, I don't know if they're in quite the condition that they were when they left us, but so look, a couple guys struggled, and mostly young guys, but like I told the team after practice, you could tell who the veterans are, you could tell who knows how to practice now, you could tell the guys that are in shape, you could tell the guys that know what to do, and then it's very obvious, who the mid-year guys are as far as just knowing what to do, as far as knowing how to practice, knowing what kind of effort and tempo that it takes. I mean, we're going, at a pretty good clip. And like I've said always before, our goal is to have our conditioning during practice, not after practice. So we tested a lot of guys today, but the veterans really did a nice job, and the young guys got a long way to go, I think.
What are your impressions of the quarterbacks as far as first day?
Not bad. I mean, I think the guys that should know what to do, know what to do. It's day one installation, so it's not a super complicated installation for guys that have been here for a year and a season. Weldon being brand new, Augie DiBiase being brand new. Those guys their heads are swimming a little bit, but I think Cade he did pretty well. He got a good many reps in our pass skeleton, our 7-on-7 stuff, and our team stuff with the 3 units. And he did pretty good. I would have to say some guys day one, it's too much for them. It's too much, and we're not just going in the huddle saying our 44-on-1 ready break. I mean, we're no huddling. We got code names. We're going with tempo. We're changing personnel groups. We're doing a lot. We're going at veteran pace, and he's not a veteran, so I thought he did. He held up pretty decent.
Coach, what's the first challenge of getting so many guys reps, especially at the
well, there's a lot of guys. In spring, there's no scout teams. We got our number 1 unit, our number 2 unit, our number 3 unit. So that in itself would allow 3 guys to rep. But I'm rotating some of the guys with the 1s and 2s, and I've kept Weldon with the 3s until he can handle the more mature group and not slow everything down. But right now, I think there's plenty of reps.
Have you thought about the last time you went through a QB battle here in Coral Gables? You were amongst it. And there was also a guy named Testaverde.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a battle, but I was a solid number 2 until Kozar and Testaverde showed up, and then I was a senior by then. I was getting out just in time, so it was good.
Mark, what do you think of the receivers? Obviously, you're not going to have Cage.
It looks a lot. It looks a lot like a year ago. As far as the lack of depth again. We know we've got, 3 more guys coming that will really make a difference and help us with our depth. And then you add Cager coming back because he's not going right now. That'd be 4 guys. It changes everything as far as depth at all. But while I'm on the receivers, I think real quick, the one guy that caught my eye was Mullins. Much more sure of what he's doing. He's in good condition. He made some nice catches. He did a nice job. Talking about young guys, I mean, DJ Dallas actually showed the ability to snatch the ball well, which is a great key to be able to catch the ball away from your body and not cradle it. And he's still kind of lost, and he definitely is not in condition to go as hard as we want to go around here in practice. But he had a few bright moments.
Coach, is finding a starting quarterback the biggest decision that you make this spring?
I probably won't make it this spring, to be honest with you. I'll have an idea. I'll have a pecking order in my mind when it's over, but I really think it'll go into camp before we figure out who it's going to be.
Can you say it's one of these guys on this field right now?
No. You got one more coming, right? Is that what you wanted me to say? I knew what you wanted me to say, and that's what I said. That's why I've been saying all along, it'll probably happen somewhere by the end of the 2nd, maybe after the 3rd scrimmage. We have 3 scrimmages in the fall, and it may go that deep into it because we got one more guy that's going to come and compete. And I'm not saying anything other than I want to see what he can do too. He just happens to not be here right now.
Coach, Mark, who else beyond Cager won't participate in the spring?
There's a bunch of them. You guys know better than me. You watch Flex and take notes and all, I think. But You guys could probably see, but there's kind of a roll call, so I'm not going to sit here and give a roll call.
Mark, any position changes that maybe we didn't notice?
Red Wine's playing safety right now. I don't know if you saw that, but that's the only change that I can think of.
Bethel from end to tackle, maybe? With
Did he get some in there? He might have. You know, I know Cool wants to cross-train some of those ends to play 3 techniques just because, you know, Cortell's not here anymore, and you know, you get a little attrition, and before you know it, somebody better know how to do both.
Coach, when you have a QB battle like that, how hard is it to get up one day for one guy, and how do you balance?
I try to teach in a very systematic way. I want guys to drop a certain way. I want them to ball fake a certain way. I want them to progress a certain way. I say progress, they have progressions of routes. This guy's first route, he's the second progression, he's the third progression. You know, and I try to give him a systematic way of thinking that will give him the right answer the majority of the time. And then you create habits every day. It's about creating habits. It's about making decisions and creating habits. And if you start making up your own stuff on me, you're not going to play. So, you know, I'm not turning these guys into robots, but if it's a one high deal and you got to read one side of the field, one high, you better go over there, you know. If it's a 2 high read, you better, in that side of the field you read, you better be over there, and you better go number 1, number 2, number 3. I need to see your head and eyes doing that. I need to see your brain processing that. So if they can't do that, they'll have a hard time playing.
Okay, I'm sorry. I noticed Navon Donaldson was in there playing right tackle. He's a big guy.
And he's big? Yeah, Navon's big, and we put him some with the ones just to get him a veteran next to him to help him, because if you have all young guys, we just threw all the young linemen in there. If we put him and Dykstra side by side, it's not good, you know. So we wanted to try to balance it out with some veteran players that can help the young players, the linemen especially, to know what to do.
I also want to ask you about Jack Allison, how he did.
Jack threw it really well. He threw it very well, as a matter of fact. I was impressed with how he threw it.
Mark, are there 2 or 3 things you would like to get accomplished this spring, whether it's individuals, position groups, or the team overall?
Well, it's mostly team overall. I want everybody to compete. I want everybody to prove that they deserve to start, or they deserve to play, or they deserve to be on the travel squad, whatever it is, or they're at least proving that they're bought into what we're doing. I just want guys to play hard, play fast, you know, be physical, be disciplined. Those are the main things. If you do that, you're gonna be pretty good.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, gang.
Thank you.